We are back for take 2. I'm going to start all over again because Hannah's got such an amazing intro. Back over to you.
Why, thank you, Amy. Right, so hello, everyone. My name is Hannah and I wrote this book, My Hair, with Alan Fatima Haran. I didn't write it with him, I wrote it by myself, and then he did the illustrations. But a fun fact, when you are an author of a picture book, you have an illustrator and you are co-creators. So you both have the exact same amount of jurisdiction over the book. Jurisdiction is the right word? Huh? Okay, so I want to put some great energy into our virtual festival. It's my first ever virtual festival. I'm so extremely excited. I've actually never been to a real festival before, like a music one, but I've been to book ones, loads of those, so I guess I have. So I want us to do the story. We're going to make a story with our bodies, and I want us to do the story of how I got to this festival today. So to do that, I'm going to do the actions, and you guys are going to do the actions with me, and we're all going to make a story with our bodies. So our story starts last night when I was asleep. Then I woke up. I thought it was time to go on. It's not. You can go back to sleep. Quick, slap your alarm. Wake up for real this time. Start looking around you. Okay, what clothes are we going to put on? You need to find something to match the book. Okay, quick, grab a shirt. Put it over your head. Wait a minute. You haven't showered yet. You have to hop in the shower. Okay, quick, hop in the shower. Shower. Quick, running right. Hop out the shower. Hop into a towel. It's nice and fluffy. It's nice and fluffy. Pat yourself. It's nice and fluffy. Now get dressed. Oh, put your shoes on. Oh, spray your perfume. Grab your laptop. Plonk it in front of you. Open it up. And you're here. Yay! You are here. And I'm so glad that you are here and that we can all be here together. So, oh, I think there might be some technical. Oh, okay. Apparently, I speak too fast. So I'll be speaking way slower. Is everyone ready to have a read along of My Hair? If you are, then that's great because that's what we're going to do next. So this is My Hair, written by me, Hannah Lee, and illustrated by Alan Fatima Haran. Here are the opening pages. Ooh, some lovely pictures. Ooh, I almost fell off my chair. I don't know if you can see it. We just got some new chairs, so that's why I almost fell off. Oh, you can't see the chair. But it's very new to me. My bottom is very new to this chair. So, my birthday's coming up so soon. I'll need new clothes to wear. But most of all, I need to know, how shall I style my hair? Let me do your hair, joked Daddy. I'm getting better, I swear. Mummy rushes in the room. Daddy, don't you dare. Off we go to the hairdressers to get it done professionally. As for what style I choose, you'll have to wait and see. Everyone really loves this dog every time I read this. He's got a very fab hairstyle. It matches his owner's. Miss Dawn has lots of magazines just so you can get a clue of the kind of hairstyle that you would like to do. Whilst I'm looking through them, my imagination starts to grow. I start to think of all the hairstyles I already know. Mummy has the most dazzling dreadlocks. Such a joy to see them swing I like to practice cracking them. It's my favorite thing. My sister likes to experiment. There's not a look that she won't try. Bantu knots, a high top fade, berets. She's not shy. My brothers both have cornrows with different shapes, patterns, and lines. They love to show them off at school, yelling, "Come see the best designs!" Daddy says, "Shave all over, please," when he sits in the barber's chair. His beard is shiny, curly, and full. That's where he likes his hair. Can you guys do a nice curly beard at home? Stroke a long beard. Uncle has waves that are so smooth, swirling all over his head. He keeps his hair brushed and neat. Don't forget the do-rag before bed. Can you guys do some waves? Like this. If you do it in your screen, it kind of looks like, oh, it looks like it's a whole ocean. I'm doing a whole ocean with my arms. Woo! I didn't know they were so bendy. Auntie's hair is shaved real short, much like the head of a lioness. She is so cool, stylish, and carefree. That's how she likes it best. Baby cousin is so small. She hasn't much hair yet. Already it's begun to grow. She'll have loads soon, you can bet. Grandma's hair is short and cropped. There are many curls of grey. She says she found one years ago and invited them all to stay. Can everyone do a curl of grey like this? It's quite bouncy. It bounces around the place. And invite all those greys to stay. Say, come on, greys. Does anybody's grandma have grey hair? My grandma, no, she didn't. She didn't have grey hair. Grandpa wears turbans, tie heads, and scarves. His hair tucked away from his face. For Grandpa has so much hair, that's how he keeps it in place. Time to take a look at my friends and what styles they wear. After all, I still don't know how I'll style my hair. Ryan will have plaits with bows. Her mummy can do them fast. Put a bonnet on, she says, to make the style last. Michael has a mohawk, Brandon a short back and sides. They go to the barbers together and chat while the cutter glides. Can everyone do that sound?
I love it.
Nina is my best friend. What style? She asks with a pout. I want to try something new. Maybe a twist out. That's kind of what my hair's in right now. It's a twist out because it was in loads of little baby plaits. And then I took it out so you could see my afro in time for this festival. It's been 45 minutes, cries Miss Dawn. What will you do with your hair? Time to let Mummy decide. Don't you think that's fair? So Mummy whispers in my ear. And that's exactly when I know the hairstyle that I will wear. Can anyone guess before I turn the page? I mean, some of you may have the book already, so you already know, but it'll be my afro. I love my afro when it's out so big and great and free. My daddy says it is my crown. It defies gravity, a creation to which none could compare. I'm so glad it's mine. I love my
afro hair.
Yay! I love my hair. And then these are the end pages. And then there's an opportunity for you to put a picture of your hair, or you could draw one if you're a really good artist. So that is my hair. So how does the discussion work on this? Can I ask questions?
Hello. I'm going to jump in and help. Thank you for that. That was absolutely amazing. I think everyone in the comments is like, your energy.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. I will jump in really quickly now and ask, where did the inspiration for My Hair, I think you mentioned it a little bit in the beginning,
Yeah.
where did it come from, just in case people missed it?
Okay, so the inspiration for My Hair came from my nephew and my niece. So my nephew was born when I was 18, and we would read books together and do stuff like that. But then I realized that there weren't loads of kids that looked like him in those books.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what's that all about? And then I thought back to when I was a kid, and there wasn't loads of books that I could choose from. I think it was just the Hand of Surprise
Mm-hmm.
and Grace series that were in our school library.
Mm-hmm.
And then away from that, it was like you had to hunt just to find like kids with black protagonists, which was really quite upsetting to see that not much had changed. So yeah.
Great. Was there a particular book that you loved as a kid reading and that you would read over and over again?
I was like a weird kid, and I usually just like read books and I'd be like, wow, that was so amazing, I'm so immersed in that world, and then afterwards I'd be like really upset because I wasn't in that world anymore. And I'd search for like loads of the same book. The book that I really loved was Hand of Surprise. I really liked that because like everywhere she went, I just remember the story of them just picking like stuff out. And I was like, it's so funny. So I really liked that. Actually, a book that I discovered with my nephew that I really loved actually was a book called I Like Me, also with a black protagonist. And it's just the child, like, I like everything about myself. And I think that's kind of difficult to find sometimes because it's not necessarily the message that is always touted to people, especially in society. But the kid is just literally like, I like my hair, I like my skin, I like my toes, I like the way my personality is, I like how I'm funny, I like how I'm weird, and it's just like,
everything.
So I really like that book. It's called I Like Me. I like that book. It's cool.
Amazing. One of the comments here says, I think a lot of parents are secret actors when it comes to reading aloud with their kids. I wonder if teachers get into proper acting mode like this. I wonder is maybe perhaps are you an actor?
Oh,
maybe
just a
little bit.
Just a little bit. I think for me, when I'm reading as well, like definitely parents become actors because my sister starts doing all these funny voices. I'm like, honey, where did that come from? That wasn't there a minute ago. And she's all like, woo, woo, woo. You should hear her do dogs and stuff. She's great.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I think I am. I've always loved it, and it just kind of made sense to do acting and writing because they're both types of storytelling that you get to immerse everyone in.
Yeah.
Plus, it feels better. It brings the story alive. Like, and even how I write is not probably normal, but I pace around. I do a bit of, acting and all that. I do a bit of
really immersive for you.
Yeah, just to kind of get in the space before I actually bring the story to life. So it's quite fun.
Got another question here. How are you getting or planning to get My Hair into nursery settings, plus reception and KS1, which I think is like really small? Sorry, I'm not sure that. Who are back at school now during COVID-19?
Oh, how am I planning to do it?
I have a question for you, but I think this person is asking how you plan to adapt the book for today, like lockdown settings.
Well, actually, way before lockdown, a teacher in Liverpool, so I'm from London, I'm in London right now, a teacher from Liverpool asked me to do a virtual session way before lockdown.
Right.
Once. So before it was even a thing. So I think maybe just virtual sessions like that, because also kids are really great at like using tech and stuff now. So it wouldn't be as unusual. Like this wouldn't be unusual to them.
Yeah.
Me as a kid watching this would be like, oh my gosh, like my mind is blown.
Our age group,
I would scream.
Like being in front of a person, and our computers were probably like had a massive backlight. They had the massive that would never have been able to deal with like virtual sessions. But now the kids are so used to, I think.
My 5-year-old nephew said, "Oh, are you going on a Zoom meeting now?" And I was like, "What do you know about Zoom?" Like, first and foremost. But my niece, who's 3, has Zoom meetings with her nursery, so it's pretty normal now, I guess. So probably Zoom meetings, hop-in meetings.
Yeah.
Of that, but I'm really eager to get back to the classroom because I just missed like the energy just being in the actual room. So
I think
yeah.
I at the end when you got to like my afro hair at the end, even I joined in. You couldn't hear me, but I joined in at home. Yeah, you just got a great energy when you're reading.
Oh, thank you.
Another question here. How can everyone in the audience help to spread word about your work and writing?
Do I have some volunteers? I'm kidding. Well, I have a Twitter and an Instagram, and you can also just tell like your friends and family and also your classrooms too. And not even just like my hair, but just other amazing books, like amazing Black books as well that are out there because they need some love.
Anything you're enjoying at the moment, or anything you're
I,
seeing?
I always love The Cup. I've always loved that. By Nathan Bryan and Dapo Adiola. I think they had a session before me. They did. There's also I Love My Hair by Casey Alicia. There's also another book. I forgot the author's name, but I think it's called Three in a Bed, and it's about a little girl, and she's in a bed. I'll basically put all of these in my Twitter, and Instagram, etc. channels. But yeah, just share with your friends, and also just buy it as a present for somebody. Plus, a lot of adults read picture books too.
Great. What was I going to say? It's gone from my head. Oh, any plans for any other books in the picture book space, or maybe even something older? Maybe.
Yeah. The way you're trying to be so coy about that, something older. The Debbie Ryan. You get the Debbie Ryan. Yes, there is. Actually, I think it was meant to come out early next year, but it's been pushed back a bit because of the pandemic. I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing that. Oh, I won't tell my publisher. But the next picture book is going to be The Rapping Princess, which I'm really excited about. And it is a fairy tale, but just with me writing it. But it's about a little girl. Her name is Shiloh, and she is a princess, and she cannot sing, but everyone knows that princesses should be able to sing, right? But what she can do is rap. So I'm really excited for that. Plus, I'm working with some like different ideas in terms of like middle grade and stuff like that.
Fun. I think this will be our last question, just because we've got like 3.5 minutes left. Do you think that my hair will encourage Caucasian people to touch Afro? This is quite a controversial question. To touch Afro hair when this is negatively triggering in the context of the people of African heritage and the appropriation of their bodies? So I think, like, I will just quickly touch on a personal thing. I've got my hair wrapped up today, but normally my hair is out and taken up all the space in the room. Yeah. And I've had instances where people come to try and touch my hair, and I've had to do the quick.
Yes.
Oh, well, no. So I think this person is asking, how will the book balance that, but also like showing respect for people who have natural hair?
Oh, fab. Actually, there is another book. Oh my gosh, another book picture book recommendation, and it's actually called "Don't Touch My Hair." So, and it actually just talks about boundaries, and it's a picture book. So it just talks about boundaries and stuff like don't touch my hair. I've also had that. Weirdly for me, I think because I went to a predominantly Black primary school and secondary school, people just didn't think it was a thing to like touch my hair because obviously there's so many of us around. Yeah. So why would another Black person like do that? Right. It was when I got into the corporate space, like work, that people thought it was okay to just do it when I wasn't looking or even aware to tell them not to. So I'd be like, and then someone would just be in my head and I'd be like, what? Yeah. And it'd be a weird thing. It's quite frustrating and quite disgusting. But I would always be like, don't touch my hair. And then it actually got to a really big thing because the person continued. So even though I had said to them every time, don't touch my hair. Yeah. And then there's a whole angry Black woman thing. And you're like, I don't have to resort to that, but I'm take my earrings off now. Right. But I think when it comes to children and asking, it's more of a thing of you as a parent need to have a conversation with them. Teachers need to be having this conversation too, and just be like, first of all, to Black kids, don't let anybody touch your hair because it's not endearing, it's not fun, it's not cute. You know, especially in this Corona day and age, like you don't know where people's hands have been. I've been in toilets with women and they just walked out. without washing their hands.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones who might want to touch your hair. So, and also hair is such a deeply personal thing. As I said, I didn't wake up with my hair like this. I have to like, and actually,
it's a process.
There's a process in it, and it's deeply personal. And for kids, it's just about teaching them boundaries, and also saying to Caucasian kids, don't, and Asian kids, whoever else is going to be touching black kids' hair, don't think that you're entitled necessarily to that person's space or touching that person's hair. And it's just about teachers having that conversation, but there's a lot of teachers who might not be aware. So parents need to also have that conversation, just be like, do you know what? If someone tries to touch your hair, have that conversation with them. Another thing that someone also told me, sorry, I'm making my last point if you're running, is that people sticking pencils in hair and stuff like that. Just conversations like that. As a teacher, if you see that, pull them up on it, because it's just not correct behavior.
I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to boundaries. You know, we don't let kids just go around touching things which aren't people anyway. Person, maybe we just don't touch people if they don't want to be touched.
100%, and it's just about having that conversation and making sure there's a boundary. Because the book is more of a celebration of all these different types of hairs and all these different like black hairstyles. So in regards to the book, it's more a celebration than necessarily being like, and by the way, don't touch any of these. It's more like you need to have that conversation about telling people not to touch your hair.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. Your energy, I think everyone who's been watching can agree your energy is A1, amazing. And we're really looking forward to the second book as well. So we'll keep our eyes. Obviously, when the shop is back open, you can come down and do a whole event. And I'm sure there's an invite for you to go to Birmingham as well. So we won't be seeing you.
Oh, excited. Thank you so much for having me, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everyone. You Civic Square. You've been amazing.